Please be seated. I would like to invite graduate James Fitch to the podium for our opening remarks.
How's it going, everyone? I just wanted to say welcome students, fellow graduates, faculty, proud parents, and Eagle Academy veterans to the graduation of class 2025. Today we stand on the cusp of a new chapter in our lives, one that is filled with possibilities, challenges, and adventures that are just waiting to be explored. As we look around the uncertain future, we must remember that we have always held our own and been able to lean on each other when and where it matters. We've laughed together as strangers, as well as learned together for the time that we were given to meet one another eye to eye. But most importantly, we have supported each other through the ups and downs of the process of being consistently developing human beings. None of these experiences would be worth it without the occasional drama that comes with being a high school student, though nobody gets to do this without a little questioning. But regardless, through it all, we've shown resilience and determination. Yeah. To our teachers and staff, thank you for your unending humility and guidance to show us acceptance. You have not only gifted us knowledge, but have taught us to be self-reliant and resourceful. But to put it bluntly, you've just taught us how to use our brains. Your passion for education has shaped our lives in ways that we will carry with us forever. A big thank you to our families for your love and encouragement. You believed in us even when we doubted ourselves. Your unwavering support could not go unnoticed by your youngings. But as we prepare to take our next steps, whether that be college or entering the workforce, let us remember the values we have learned here. The importance of hard work, kindness, and the power of collaboration. The future may be uncertain, but if we approach it with the same spirit that we exhibited here during our time, we can overcome any obstacle. Let us not forget to celebrate the wins, big and small. Each of us has a unique story and contributed deeply to the culture community of Eagle Academy. As we move forward, let's take the memories we've made and the friendships that we have built. To conclude this, I urge each of you to embrace the journey ahead of us with open hearts and open minds. Dream big, take risks, and make a difference as you are beautiful. Congratulations, class of 2025. Yes. And without further ado, I would like to welcome Johnny Scavuzzo to the stand. That's my main man. He's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand up. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Welcome to our families, friends, community members here this evening to celebrate the accomplishments of the January 2025 graduating class of Eagle Academy High School. I would like to take this opportunity as well to introduce our distinguished and honored guests on the stage this evening. They represent our district and through their efforts help to shape and mold all we do to support our students, the families, and the community that we serve. Once again, we are honored by your presence. Please welcome Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Danny Windsor. Board of Education Director, Mr. Brad Geiger. My partner in crime for the last 9 years until she decided to retire, Assistant Principal, Dr. Rebecca Manzanares. Thank you again for your tireless efforts in supporting the students of Eagle Academy High School and the Douglas County School District. I would like to also extend a thank you to our Douglas County School District communication team for live streaming this ceremony, because we know it's a little chilly outside and some folks may decide to stay home this evening, which I understand. A huge thank you for all they do. I also would like to give a huge thank you to the many volunteer groups and organizations for their continued generosity in providing a multitude of items to our Eagle Academy, its students and staff, by allowing us to maintain that feeling of family, which is so important to the culture and fiber of our school. Now again, I've had the privilege of leading Eagle Academy this past 9 years, but it is through the tremendous work of the teachers, counselors, and support staff that our students really prosper and are successful. Please join me in applauding this amazing group of people. Eagle staff, please stand. But it would be boring if I was the only one talking. So I'm going to change things up here and have our first of 3 graduate speakers this evening. Let's give a hand and welcome Autumn Civey to the podium.
Good evening. My name is Autumn, and I would like to share a few words about my journey that has brought me here to this evening as a member of the graduating class of 2025. Throughout my life, I have gone through many obstacles and struggles like many of my fellow graduates. I have struggled since I was 12 years old with heavy and difficult family issues. They continue to weigh on me every day. As I grew older, I thought things would get easier. However, I was wrong, and it took a toll on my whole high school career. I started off high school with high hopes at Chaparral High School. Freshman year, I had a great group of friends and was a part of cheerleading, and the whole year ended up great. However, sophomore year, things took a turn. Sophomore year was the hardest year for me. I did not know or have any ways to manage my issues. I started to turn my attention to unhealthy coping skills. I fell into the wrong group of friends, and I went down the wrong path. I quit cheerleading, and I lost all my drive and focus. I never went to class, and my grades slipped horribly. I barely finished sophomore year. I decided that I should start looking into other schools for junior year. I applied to Eagle Academy, and ultimately it was the best decision I could have ever made. Eagle has helped me to completely change my attitude towards school, and I feel I have changed as a person. Just 2 years ago, I ended the year with horrible grades and a bad attitude towards school. I honestly never thought I was going to get through it. Now I'm graduating early with high honors and college credits. I truly found myself at Eagle, and I will never be more thankful for this school. As amazing as Eagle is, it wouldn't be that way without its amazing staff. Mr. Broker has supported me through the last 2 years and helped me stay focused on my goal. I will forever be grateful to him and Eagle Academy. Thank you.
Our second graduate speaker, Nash Connor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nash, and growing up, I wasn't dealt the card of hands that I wanted, but I played the ones I got. It started in kindergarten. I was a little bit behind, and my mind was always somewhere else, like the dog that was an up. Always distracted by squirrels. I was not getting anywhere, so I switched schools. First grade was pretty much the same. I do not remember much, but my first grade talent show when I sang a Bon Jovi song. I told my mom that I missed my friends from the other school, so I ended up transferring back. Nothing happened at that school, and I ended up going to another one. Out of all the schools my mom could have picked for me, it was a Catholic school. Sorry, Mom. I did go to church a few times, but I knew nothing walking into that school. Third grade started, and I was actually enjoying it. I had friends that enjoyed the same things like sports, baseball, and music. I took a few new classes like Spanish, computer, and some others. At that time, there was enough kids throughout the different schools that wanted to play basketball. I remember trying to convince my mom to let me play even though I never played. In the span of weeks, I taught myself how to play basketball and made the team. I slowly progressed, but I knew I wasn't going anywhere. It was something I just wanted to do for fun. And I played there from 3rd to 5th grade. During 4th grade, I ended up moving to Sedalia, so it was a longer drive, and I did not like waking up earlier just to leave. There was a small elementary school in town that I wanted to go for a while during the switch from 5th to 6th grade, so I transferred to that small school. 6th grade was a blur. I had some fun, but I was being bullied. At that time, I transferred to a new baseball team just outside of town and into Castle Pines. Middle school, 7th grade, was a very rough road. A few of the kids I was on the baseball team ended up going to that school, and it was nice. Around November of that year, I was being bullied by the same kid I was in 6th grade. One day outside of the gymnasium, he was saying some pretty messed up things, and I snapped. I had enough of it, and I threw the first punch. The kid was a lot bigger than me, but I managed to get some hits. After that, everything changed, more than I expected. That kid's father ended up pressing charges a few days later. It felt like my whole world had collapsed. It was over. I ended up getting suspended, and after I went back to school like nothing happened. My friends at the time were the biggest supporters. Throughout the winter, it got somewhat better, and around April, I was hanging around a bad crowd. That crowd was on my baseball team, so we saw each other a lot. I was outside after lunch with this crowd, and one day they thought it would be a good idea to start a little fight ring with only 6 of us. I ended up getting matched with a kid around my size. I ducked my head down and got my eye socket shattered. I collapsed on the kid. I was knocked out for a few seconds. The kids told me I ran into a goalpost, but at the time, I thought it was cool. But now that I realize it, it was the dumbest thing ever. I ended up getting suspended for it, not the kids who started the ring or the ones who hit me. I had to go to baseball games and football practices looking like I got beat up. That school year ended. It was on to 8th grade. I slowly started building my reputation up again by not fighting and not hanging out with that group. There were some mean things said in the hallway from that group, but I just ignored it. The kid who did hit me, we ended up becoming friends that year, and we never really talked about it. We were pretty cool with each other. At this time, as well, I was looking into racing cars. I grew up around the track, so I figured it was time just to look at options. COVID hit that year, and everything was online. My mom and I got into countless fights over not showing up to a Zoom meeting or not knowing any expectations. We said our sorries after the year was done and moved on. I was actually exceeding at online school, but I never really noticed. During this time, we were bored. We ended up finding a cheap race car on Facebook, and we went and picked it up the next day. Baseball was at the time, and the car kept me occupied. We put new tires on it, a seat in it, and got my gear. I raced it that same weekend, and I was hooked. I quit football just to keep racing, but I still wanted to play baseball. I ended up doing online school, and I actually failed online PE. And my family will never let me go for that. I ended up switching back to in-person. It started off well, but it quickly derailed. I started skipping a lot and just missing and failing classes. When I got my license, it got even worse. I would skip school just to work or go home and work on the race cars, and it made my mom very, very upset. I ended up switching to Eagle my first day, and I was pretty uncomfortable. I was definitely out of place wearing race shirts. I had a few small friends, but just people I sat at the same table with. But one day, I met a kid named Keegan Johnson. One day after school, I was walking to my truck, and I noticed a few people standing around it. I got nervous, but Keegan calmly asked me about the motor I had in the back of it. I said, "It's a small block 383. I mentioned that I was a racer, and he said he takes professional photos. Since that night, we have been best friends. At our CTE class at Douglas County High School, we found out really fast that we can't work on the same cars together because 9 out of 10 times an argument would spark, so we'd always work separately. I finished my junior year getting caught up faster than I thought, and being told by Mr. Paul I will graduate in January of 25. It felt so far away. That summer, I did not race because I was building a new car, but another one had caught my eye. Our 1972 Monte Carlo. I did a bit of work to get it going, and I pretty much drove it almost every day. I brought it to school for a few weeks, and all the teachers love it. I had told Mr. Pawn at the start of my senior year I was going to try and chase a racing state title. Sorry, lost my spot. Let's see. He told me what to do, and I focused hard to get ready, even though a few years prior, I had finished 5th by a handful of points. He told me what to do, and I focused real fast. When the car was painted, the school and teachers were the first to see. It was green, but on the driver's side, there was the Eagle Academy logo on it. A few days prior to opening night with this car, I invited some teachers to come out. Mr. Broker came out and watched me. I may have sucked that night, but to have my principal come out and watch me meant more than a 7th place did not finish. After that, I would walk into their offices and explain how it went, even though half the time it was, I sucked this weekend. But they reminded me of my goal. One very special person who helped me was a man named Garo. Garo actually owns Bud's Bar in Sedalia, and he has sponsored my car for 4 seasons now, going on the 5th. He always checks up on my grades every time we see each other, but that was the deal for maintaining a sponsorship. This school year started around with the racing, and I was having major car problems. I was breaking transmissions left and right. I would go in and rant to Pawn about it every time, and he would try to explain what could be happening, but we could never figure it out. I told Pawn about a big show that was coming up in Cortez, and we went. The first night, we sucked, and we got rained out. Saturday, on the first lap, I destroyed a transmission, and the drive shaft went through the floorboard behind me. It was a pretty scary sight. It was pretty embarrassing walking into school and explaining what happened. October came, and points came out. I had won my first IMCA Hobby Stock state champion title. Me and Mr. Pawn screamed in excitement when the points came out. After Thanksgiving break, I walked into school with my jacket, and all the teachers were excited. I was congratulated by Mr. Jensen, Ms. Meyer, and Ms. Klinkerman, who even made our senior seminar class give me a round of applause. Eagle has been nothing but helpful for me. The staff have brought me from 3 years behind to a semester behind. Every opportunity my mom and I get when we hear a kid struggling with school, we always tell them about Eagle Academy. I am so grateful for the Eagle faculty for truly caring about the students and when a lot of us have been mistreated. I'd like to thank Mr. Johnson for shooting pencils in the bucket with me, Ms. Myers for always having Jolly Ranchers at all times, Mr. Collins for letting me talk about work issues or cars in general, Mr. Jensen for always talking about racing, and I'd especially like to thank my family and friends for pushing me through, my sponsors for checking in with me and keeping me on my toes, and Mr. Broker for letting me attend the school. It gave me hope when I thought I had run out. Thank you.
How do I possibly follow that? But we have one more graduation speaker this evening. Please welcome Keegan Johnson.
How's it going, folks? A few weeks ago, I was given the opportunity to share with you tonight my story of how Eagle Academy has changed my outlook on education in general. As I stand here today, a senior who's now graduating early, it is hard for me to understand how vastly different my view on education is compared to my 5th grade self. My 5th grade year was very different from most as it was entirely online. I learned how to cheat the system very quickly and similarly lacked motivation and participation. This habit had continued on for months as the school wasn't really enforcing any of the rules. At the halfway mark of every school year is Christmas break, a favorite time for all students, but for me, Christmas went a little bit differently. Christmas morning, we woke up, and our elf had a letter for us that shared some pretty great news. We were finally moving out of the state, which was very exciting for us when we moved to Colorado. We found out that Dad had taken a new job out here, and I finally had a fresh start to education. Our first Summer here was over, and I was dreading to start school again. I quickly fell behind at Cougar Run Elementary because I practically skipped the entirety of 5th grade. I had some struggles making some new friends too this year, but it wasn't so bad. Soon came 7th grade year, and it was the same thing over again, behind in most classes and lost. Nonetheless, I just barely skated by, and yet again dreaded going back. 8th grade was going smoothly until our spring break. This was the year that COVID swept through America and forced everybody back to online. Now, this was great news for me because this meant I could sit around, skip class, and play video games again, which is exactly what happened. After getting through hybrid and online classes came freshman year at Highlands Ranch High School, and I thought, I'm in high school, I'm in the big leagues now, I really got to get it together. Freshman year was going great, good grades, low number of absences. Yet near the end of the first semester, I learned through my brother that we could skip class, and the worst that would happen is our dad gets a call. This caused a huge attendance issues throughout the second semester. Along with that, I felt I had fallen between the cracks and didn't see any repercussions from any of it. During this time, my brother had also transferred to Eagle, and it became a great fit for him, a person with similar issues. I decided to apply, figuring I had pretty good luck to get in. I started at Eagle in the second quarter of my sophomore year and instantly knew that this was the last fresh start I need. I felt welcomed by all the staff and all the other students. A few weeks in, I got to know pretty much everyone's face and most of their life story. And finally found myself a community that I loved and that I felt loved in. Schedule took some time to get used to, especially with the job requirements, but once I got settled into the school structure and the schedule, I noticed a huge difference in my success and my motivation. I was getting mostly A's, never missed any classes for the first time in my life. The biggest change in my education views were the teachers. At every school I've gone to in the past, I've felt looked down on and given very little respect by the teachers. I get it, I'm a kid, but I don't think that should matter. At Eagle Academy, I was treated with respect by all the teachers and staff. I know the school genuinely values every single student, and your success at Eagle can be left to you, but you're given all the tools to make that happen. I saw some that took the tools and threw them right out of their hand and didn't use them and fell right back behind again. But I saw many more like myself which use every tool given to them to further their education. I received an honor roll award for more than half my time at Eagle, and I've seen that every teacher truly wants to see you succeed. More recently, though, I've fallen back into old habits and quickly plummeted my grades. I was missing classes, avoiding work, and genuinely just wasn't having it. One of my best friends, Michael Benvenuti II, passed away on September 13th, and it crushed me. It affected my work life, but especially affected my school life. Michael's passing also affected many of the staff members, as he is an alumni of Eagle Academy and just graduated last June. The last thing I wanted to do during this time was go to school. All I could see at school was his stupid, goofy smile coming around the corner every time, but I knew it was best to try because I have amazing support through all the staff. Some days were worse than others, but I knew that if I always needed anything, I could go to Mr. Pond anytime I needed. Even though a lot of my time spent in his office was with my feet kicked up on his desk and skipping class, it was still much appreciated. My teachers, Dr. Reach and Dr. Rose, did everything they could to keep me from falling behind and missing my graduation date. Mr. Broker helped me excuse my absences for the classes that I missed and ragged me a little bit on missing those classes. Considering how long I've been at Eagle Academy and taken almost every class they offer, I've been through every situation possible in high school overall. My time at this school has helped facilitate me from graduating over a year late to graduating a semester early, and it has truly changed the way I look at my life, my future, and education. Thank you.
I would now like to draw attention to our graduates sitting before us today and some of the accolades, that they are wearing as part of what we refer to as the graduation regalia. So, as I announce the various honors, I will have them stand if they have received those honors. and we can applaud, and then I'll have them sit down, and I will move to the next group. So our students who had GPAs between 3 and 3.49, which is distinguished with the silver cord, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Students who had a GPA between 3.5 and 4.0 received the High Honor Cord, which is a gold cord. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Our district requires every student to get 20 hours of community service as part of the graduation requirements for a diploma, but we have students that go beyond that. We had one student in this graduating class who had put in 50 hours plus and received a Columbia Blue Cord for community service. Please stand and be recognized. Students wearing the purple, orange, and red cords signifying completion in the fine arts, art, music, and theater. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. In addition to the fine arts cord, we had one student that met multiple criteria recognized with a special pin. Please stand and be recognized. Students wearing a purple and white cord signifying academic accomplishment in both career and technical education or concurrent enrollment. And for our parents that don't know what that is, that means that they earned college credit. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. These last two accolades are representative of our continued efforts to give opportunity and place value on the importance of student leadership. Student leaders need to develop self-confidence, which reinforces other important qualities, including humility, authenticity, self-empowerment, assertiveness, and are role models to others. Those students wearing a green and silver cord signifying membership in the Eagle Leadership Council, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Lastly, we have a very big honor for Eagle. It's a leadership medal that signifies all of those qualities and so many more. They have been outstanding students, outstanding character, and have put others in school before themselves on a consistent basis. Those students who have received the Leadership Medal, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Lastly, I also would like to recognize that we have a tremendous scholarship support groups in our community. Our first being the Friends of Eagle Community, and they have given scholarships to 4 of our students this evening that they will use for furthering their education. Those students who have received the Friends of Eagle, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. And lastly, our other scholarship group is the Highlands Ranch Rotary, and we have 2 students who have received scholarships for also furthering their education. Please stand and be recognized. Now, this is where I usually do my keynote to our graduates, but this evening I wanted to do something a little different. I would like to invite a dear friend and colleague to the podium to give this year's keynote to our grads. She graced Eagle Academy for 14 years and just retired at Christmas. And I want her to deliver the final message to our kids. Please do me the honor of recognizing Dr. Rebecca Manzanares to the podium.
I'm probably as nervous as those of you who are giving speeches. Good evening, Eagle Academy grads, staff, friends and family, as well as our district guests. I want to start by thanking Mr. Broker for allowing me to give this keynote speech for our Eagle Academy graduation. It means more than I can say, and I'm deeply honored to stand before you tonight. I know Mr. Broker is great about giving you a list of tips and wise advice as you move forward, grads. But my message is singular, as you'll see. As I was thinking about the words I wanted to share with you, I kept going back to one of my favorite books, David and Goliath, by Malcolm Gladwell. In it, he writes about the strength of the underdog, the advantages of being a misfit, and the very honorable art of battling giants. Gladwell gives case after case of instances where people who had taken different paths, either by choice or by force, demonstrated extraordinary resilience, courage, and empathy, significantly more than those who hadn't. And you, beautiful people, you are my favorite underdogs. You have each taken a road less traveled to arrive at your goal of graduating high school, and we couldn't be prouder. Now what comes next? My favorite story that Gladwell tells occurred during World War II. Early on, the French government surrendered to the Nazis, who then established a puppet government in the town of Vichy. And by the way, if you speak French, I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't, and so my pronunciation is probably going to be awful. This government was led by a former French war hero who was allowed to rule as a dictator as long as the Vichy leaders followed the Nazi policies and procedures, which included rounding up Jews, detaining them, and transferring them to concentration camps like Auschwitz and Dachau. Up in the French Alps, though, there was a tiny village called Les Chambon-sur-Lignon, with a man who served as a minister at the time by the name of André Trocmé. As soon as the Vichy government took over, Trocmé began to speak out about valuing human life and faith over inhumane government policies. Oddly enough, Nazi salutes and portraits never made their way into the local schools. And it wasn't long before the first Jewish person showed up at Trocmé's door seeking asylum. Of course, he and his wife took her in. Soon, there was a constant stream of Jewish people being snuck into the town and sheltered. At one point, the Vichy leader in charge of youth affairs planned a trip to Les Chambon. He planned a banquet, a parade, an assembly at the local stadium with Chambon's young people in his and the government's honor. Strange, but the dinner was cold and poorly attended. The streets were empty as he marched toward the stadium. And once he arrived, nothing was organized. During the assembly, several young people gave the leader a letter co-written by Trocmé himself, adamantly stating that it violated their morals to distinguish between people of different beliefs and backgrounds, and that they would not turn over anyone to the Vichy government. The letter concluded with, "We have Jews. You're not getting them." That was quite a bold stance for Trocmé and the village to take. What gave this man the courage to lead a small revolt against such a staunch government that had proven itself capable of destroying those who failed to comply with their dogma? It turns out that Trocmé had suffered loss at a young age. He and his family were involved in a terrible car accident where his mom passed away in front of his eyes. It was a tragic loss that Trocmé never truly got over. But instead of becoming bitter or absorbed by grief, Trocmé used the experience to shape his undying devotion to help others. Throughout his life, Trocmé was instrumental in saving hundreds of lives, all because he was willing to use what he had gone through to battle giants for the sake of others. I know many of you have gone through unspeakable challenges, but you're still here. You're moving forward and achieving your goals. You did not give up, and you did not give in. So what's next? Use your experience to help others. This world is full of underdogs and misfits, and I believe one of our greatest callings is to transform our obstacles into empathy for those around us. One more story and I'll be done and we'll get to the good part. There's a Native American myth that recounts how the birds chose the species that would be their king. They all gathered and decided that although not all birds fly, the leader would still be decided by a test of flight. So all those capable flapped their wings and took to the sky. It didn't take long to see that the eagle was soaring well above all others, graceful and majestic. It was a true wonder to witness. But then, to everyone's surprise, a sparrow appeared beyond the eagle, sailing, gliding, diving, and utterly enjoying the view. When the birds all came back to earth, they overwhelmingly chose the eagle as their leader. It wasn't because of how high he flew. It was because he allowed the sparrow to ride along, to reach heights it would never reach on its own. It was because he was willing to help a creature that could not give him anything in return. So as you leave our halls, use what you have overcome, what you have gone through, and all that has happened to you to help those around you. Go out there, embrace your inner underdog, fight giants, and be the eagles that you are. Congratulations, Eagle Academy, class of January 2025.
We will now move to the presentation of the class of 2025. Mr. Windsor, please. I hereby attest and confirm that the students seated on the stage have successfully completed the minimum requirements set forth by the Board of Education for the Douglas County School District and are deserving recognition by the presentation of a high school diploma.
Thank you, Mr. Broker. Thank you, amazing staff. Thank you, families. Thank you, students. On behalf of Douglas County School District and the Board of Education, it is our honor and pleasure to accept the January 2025 graduating class from Eagle Academy. Congratulations.
I would like to invite Antoinette Klinkerman to come up to the stage for the reading of the graduates' names.
That's the good part. Declan Wyatt McShane Andrews.
Alrighty, I know there is a lot of this, so I have some quick words to say. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for those who have not made it and are viewing the live stream. I'd like to thank some special people who are close to me. I'd like to thank Grant, I'd like to thank Ty, and I'd like to thank Michael for keeping me sustained spiritually and getting all of this done. Lastly, I think all of you should thank yourselves. We have seriously made a accomplishment in our lives that we should look forward to. And yeah, have a good night, y'all. Thank you.
Nash Brennan Connor.
To kind of follow up on what Declan said, thank you for everybody coming out. And I'd like to thank all my sponsors, families here, brothers, and parents. So thank you, everybody.
Kylie Iris Curie.
I'd like to thank my family and friends and everyone at Eagle who helped me get this far. Thank you.
James Allen Keith Fitch.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my friends and family in the audience, those who are here and who are not. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Big shout out to my girlfriend. I love you so much. Thanks, Emma. I love your support.
Andrew Josue Garcia.
Nice clothes, Victor Franco. That was good, man. Congratulations. Good truck.
I'd like to thank my friends, family, and most certainly my mom for always believing in me.
Isabella Nicole Goodwin.
Congratulations. Good luck with nursing. I love it. Absolutely.
I'd just like to thank my mom for always being there for me, along with my teachers for helping me graduate early. Thank you.
Jack Matthew Heil.
You got some people howling for you, man. Congrats, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Canon Charles Iman.
Congrats, man. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
No. I'd like to thank all my family and my friends and all of the amazing teachers that helped me get this far. Thank you.
Keegan Augustus Johnson.
Great message earlier, man. That was really well done. Thank you. Great job.
I want to say thank you to all my family and all my friends. There's one person that I wanted to say thank you here, but I don't see him. It's Mr. Pond. He disappointed us and didn't show up. Thank you.
William Bruce Michael Meyerdirk.
Congratulations. Best of luck. Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to thank family, friends, my mom, and the Lord.
Shit, wrong one.
Cody Michael Mosier.
So you made it, man. Congrats, buddy. Well done, bud.
Congratulations.
I don't really have a whole speech. Just wanted to say thanks to my mom for getting me into this, and then thank you for Eagle Academy for getting me this. So, oh yeah.
Rye Reuter.
I'd like to thank my family, friends, the amazing teachers at Eagle, and my best friend, YB.
Jonathan Charles Scavuzzo.
Congratulations, Ryan. Well done.
As much as I don't want to give a speech, I think the people who got me here deserve recognition. I have to pull it up on my phone. So I didn't memorize all that. I just want to thank my parents first and foremost for raising me, molding me into the person I am. Just being great parents overall, just supporting me and forgiving me for everything I've done wrong. My siblings for giving me someone to look up to, pushing me forward to becoming a good man, even though a lot of them aren't here. My friends Logan, and Garrett, and Jacquez for being good to me in times of need, while also influencing me to make good decisions, being the family I chose. My girlfriend Izzy, that celebrates any of my wins like it's hers, and being able to challenge me, motivate me, and support me when I'm stuck in the mud. I want to thank the teachers, counselors, and administration of Eagle Academy, especially Mr. Broker and Dr. Manzanares for forgiving me after I got in trouble and I came back and they just wanted to see me change. Eagle's just a great school overall. With these people in my life, I'm rich, not rich by wealth, but by what I have that makes me happy and fulfilled. Before I had these people in my life, I felt like there wasn't much in store for me, or poor as you could say, and like there was nothing. That leads me to a speech by Nick Saban on the importance of nothing. The importance of nothing. You get up every day, you're entitled to nothing. Nobody owes you nothing. You could have talent, but if you don't have discipline, you don't execute or focus, what do you get? Nothing. If you're complacent, not paying attention to detail, what does that get you? Nothing. Nothing is acceptable but your best. Everything is determined by you trying to be your best so we can build on positive performance. That is the only thing, and there should be nothing else. We can't accept nothing but our best. Even if all you have is 10% and you give that 10%, you really gave 100%. Thank you and congratulations to my fellow grads.
Nina Jane Seaback.
Awesome. That is such a great job. Congrats. Good one. That's so cool.
I hope so. Okay, I want to thank all of the Eagles staff for helping me get here, and then of course my family, my biological and my subcheck family, and then Amanda. Thank you.
Vincent Sandos Shafi.
Well done. Good luck.
I just want to thank everyone that believes in me, and thank you to the teachers.
Autumn Ingrid Civy.
Hello. I just want to thank a few people. I want to thank the staff, of course, Miss Thomas for helping me a lot, and Mr. Broker always, like I said earlier, he really did help me and save me through everything. He's literally my second dad. I love him so much. And I want to give, obviously, my family. I love them very much. They helped me, all my family. But I want to give a thanks to my best friend, Amelia. She's been my best friend since we were little, and I love her so much, so thank you.
One of these years, I'm going to remember to put Kleenex underneath my chair. These are like kids to me. They're like my own family. They always have been. I'd like to have Isabella Goodwin come up for the turning of the tassels.
All right, graduates, it's time to turn our tassels.
Now, to offer the congratulations, I would like to invite Dr. Andrea Reach, as the kids call Mama, to the podium.
Okay.
Oh, you good?
I got it.
All right,
All
my
right,
friend.
yeah, that was a test. All right, I know you've heard a lot of speeches, but now it's it's our turn to let you guys know what you mean to us. So I have the honor of representing the teachers and the staff to express our congratulations to you guys. So when I was thinking, what am I going to say? I thought, wow, I'll use this technique. And Andrew, you know this technique. It's the ABC technique. If I want to know about something, a topic, I do the alphabet, and for every letter of the alphabet, I try to associate something. So I said eagle, cat, okay, my eagle kids. So here we go. So here's my list. So A for acceleration. Yeah, that's you, Nash. Our IMCA champion for hobby stock. Your passion for racing cars will always be remembered. You will achieve so much and more. We're going to hear your name. B is Brighton. That is my Autumn. Your smile and gentle spirit brighten our school. You will do the same at whatever university you choose to go to. C is for creative. That's Rye. Your artistic talents will be an indelible part of Eagle. I just like watching you create, just is awe-inspiring. But share that talent with the world. We need it. My D is for down to earth. Will. I think I want to add determined there too. You never needed to be the center of attention. You made this day happen with your grit and determination. Oh, this is a good one. E is for ebullient. Jimmy, it's a cool word that I know it means joyful and positive. Your spirit and kindness permeated Eagle, and our world needs that, so share it. We have one baby who's not here. Naima wasn't here, and I gave fascinating to her, so Naima. G for gregarious. Cannon. Your ability to talk and talk. You have the ability to try and convince me, like, don't do the assignment. Could we just have a break today? I tell you, man, I see top salesman in your future. H is hardworking. Keegan. Automotive class, Eagle, working, photography, golf, add something else. You have this internal discipline that rivals CEOs. Hats off to you, sir. We have another baby who's not here tonight. Angel, you're illuminating. So that's to you, buddy. J for joy. Izzy, I have no idea how you didn't get one of my classes. Pawn, what the heck? But Mr. Johnston immediately shared your positivity and happiness that you radiate. We are honored that you chose to come to Eagle. Another baby who's not here tonight is K for kind-spirited. Aiden. L for limitless. Declan. Your abilities, man, are off the chart, literally. I couldn't test him anymore. Whatever you want to achieve, you can. Just follow the Spider-Man adage, with great power comes great responsibility. M for mellow. That's my Kylie. You are content drawing, but you did every silly reader's theater I asked you to do. You are by no means a pushover. You have a bit of sass in you. Your art and your voice needs to be heard. N, noble. Andrew, you have a sense of honor and family that really shows your integrity. You have high aspirations for yourself, and I have no doubt that you will go beyond even your own expectations. O, open-hearted, my Nina. I'm going to miss your positive energy, your innate drive to do your best. You never predicate your success on anyone else's failure. You hold yourself to your own standard. And I'm going to miss you flinging around the halls. You know, where are you? But, P for potential. Vinny, your love of music is astonishing. You put yourself out there and your music for all to enjoy. Additionally, don't forget your intellectual abilities are just as tremendous. You can and you will make your mark, and we'll just be cheering you on. Oh, here's Q for my quiet Jack. Oh, Jack. You never wanted to be the center of attention, but you deserve that recognition. Your sly smile belies a person who knows who you are and you know what you're doing. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I think so. They're amazing children. R is for recreate. Johnny. The young man who first came through our doors is not the man standing before us. You see yourself as you should now, confident, capable, and caring. These qualities will propel you forward, and it will make our world better. We are so proud. Okay, and my S is for self-reliant, my Cody. From the first day you came here, you were determined to do your best to get through high school. Along the way, I hope you realize the importance of believing in yourself and how that always matters. You matter. The world around you will be amazed. Okay, I ran out of kids, but I have some more letters. So you are totally unparalleled, vibrant, wisecracking, exciting. I got yabba dabba doing. I ran out of that. And amazing are Eagle graduates.
For the closing remarks, graduate Andrew Garcia.
Good
Good evening. God, there's a lot of you guys. Okay, first want to say congratulations, class of 2025. You guys are finally done. I want to thank Mr. Broker for keeping it down. I want to thank the staff too for always being amazing, helping each one of us. We finally did it, guys. Okay. Okay. I have something for you guys to always remember. Hate has 4 letters, but so does love. Enemies have 7 letters, but so does friends. Lying has 5 letters, but so does truth. Failure has 7 letters, but so does success. Cry has 3 letters, but so does joy. Negativity has 10 letters, but so does positivity. You always have a choice in life, so choose the better side of it. Congratulations, class of 2025.
I feel like I should do the end of the Ferris Bueller movie. It's over. You can leave. No. Thank you again, families, parents, community members here this evening. Please be safe driving home tonight. There's no rush. It's Saturday tomorrow. Eagle Academy High School, graduating class 2025. Go out and make a difference. You guys rock. We love you. You're always welcome back anytime. Go out and make your future. Go out and write your next chapter. We're very proud of you. Have a great evening, folks.
Okay. You live in my dream state. You look at my fantasy. I stay in reality. You live in my dream state. Anytime I count sheep, that's the only time we make up. You exist behind my eyelids. No, I don't wanna wake up. 2020.